Now, I'm not going to go into detail about these clamps as I've covered them before, but these are the Jorgensen Easy Hold clamps. The reason they include 4 of these with this workbench may actually surprise you. Let's first talk about how these clamps can be used with those bench dog holes. These bench dog holes provide an excellent way to get vertical support. Let me show you how this works. We first need to take off one end of the clamp, and then we can slide it through any one of the 36 bench dog holes. With that clamp inserted through the tabletop of the bench, we can then reattach that clamping jaw on the bottom side of the table. And by just squeezing the trigger of that clamp, you can provide some excellent downward pressure onto that tabletop. And the nice thing about those bench dog holes is not only can they accommodate those smaller clamps, but they can also accommodate the larger ones. And you really don't lose that much capacity of the clamp when it's inserted through the table, as the larger ones still have 11.5 inches of capacity and the smaller ones 4.5 inches. So we've established we can get vertical force with this system, but what about horizontal? That's where this kit really shines. To get horizontal force with this table, we're going to use one of the 2 larger clamps. The first thing that we'll do is we'll remove one of the clamping jaws. With that jaw removed, let's head back to the table. If we look at the workspace of the table, you'll see that there's 4 notches cut out into each one of the corners of the table. Inside each one of these notches, you'll find a small hole. And if we look on the side of either one of the wings, you'll see that there's 2 pull-out tabs on either side of the push tab that holds the bar that supports the wing. Let's take a look at how those notches and those pull tabs work together with the larger clamp. The first thing that we'll do is we'll slide the bar of our clamp inside that hole that's inside the notch. With our clamp inserted into that notch on the side of the table, we'll simply pull out on that pull tab, push the clamp in just a little bit, and release the pull tab. And just like that, our clamp is locked into the side of the table. And once our clamp is locked into place, we can grab our larger bench dog and slide it into 2 of those bench dog holes. And with our bench dog in place, we can slide our workpiece right up against that wall and clamp it into place. And that clamping force is really pretty amazing. In fact, I can lift this entire workbench with the workpiece itself. And there's a wide range of capacity with it in this format. If you place the bench dog in its closest hole, you can go from 0 capacity all the way up to 3 feet with another clamp on the other side. Not to mention, when having both horizontal and vertical pressure on your workpiece, that thing's not going to go anywhere. And those clamps are just as easily removed by simply pulling out on the tab and removing the clamp.